Sound off like you've got a pair, and welcome back to PFC Havok, and we are rebooting the Kerbal space program missions. Last time we had a couple of failures, a couple of successes, but now that 1.2 is out, I figured I would revisit it. I've experimented around a little bit with better flight control, better satellite placement, better rocket building all around. So we're going to start a new game. We're going to start another career. Havok's Space Program. Learn to spell, man. Learn to spell. Don't even need a period there. Why am I doing that? We will go with NASA, because I like NASA. I like that. We're going to do full career. Hopefully, we will be able to go long and hard. Yep, thanks, I've got it. Nice to meet you. I'm Gene Kerman, Flight Director, and your guide for this quick introduction. This is the Space Center. From here, you can manage all aspects of the space program. Feel free to have a look around. Hold the right mouse button to move the camera, or use the arrow keys. Right-click over the Space Center facilities to view more about them, and left-click when you're ready to head inside. If you need more information, check out the training section on the main menu. I honestly suggest doing the training missions. It actually helps teach you how to do docking maneuvers, how to build your rockets and all that. But I've already done a lot of that. What we're going to want to do first, always, is go to Mission Control. And we will be doing a lot of this. We want to select some of these missions. Because what they do is, if you complete the mission, you gain money, you gain sometimes science, you gain reputation, you get an advancement of cash, you get cash, science, reputation here for the completion. It expires in 1 day. Gathering science data from Kerbal. Let's see, recover or transmit any science equipment data from Kerbal to achieve this goal. That's an easy enough one to do, so we will accept that contract. And launch our first vessel. Launch your first vessel off of the launch pad or the runway to achieve this goal. That's an easy one to do. There, we've got our 2 active contracts, max of 2. So we want to build a vessel that we can launch and gather science with. Hello, I'm Werner von Kerman, Chief Rocketry Engineer. This is the vehicle assembly building where we build spacecraft and later roll them out to the launch pad for flight. Pretty impressive, isn't it? On your left, you'll find components to construct your own spacecraft. Select a starting part, then attach others to it to build a ship. You can then have a look around with right mouse button or the arrow keys. That's it, really. It's not as if we're rocket yeah, we're not rocket scientists. Anyhow, if you need a more in-depth explanation on how to build, have a look at the training section at the main menu. Again, yep, they keep telling you to go to the training section. I've already done some of those. We're going to need our command module. That's where our Kermans go. Right in there. Put it anywhere you want. Just set it there. See, always want a parachute under utilities. Always a parachute. See, we want science, because our mission requires that we get some science. Don't need any communication, don't need any electrical, thermal. Coupling, structural, don't need any of that, don't need any of that. We could use an engine. An engine would be nice. Don't have anything for coupling, do we? Nope. So we are going to launch this vessel. Oh, I see a mistake that I made. Common error. The hell, can't even speak language. This is my staging over here. I do not want my parachute going off at the same time as my engine, but they want us to collect science data, so we're going to observe the mystery goo by right-clicking on it, keep the experiment, because we'll get 3 science for keeping it, only 1.3 science for transmitting it, but we can't really transmit it, we don't have an antenna, so keep that. Might as well, we'll get a crew report here, because we want to get as much science, 1.5 science, do an EVA, always try to do as much science as humanly possible, every mission. There we go. We got plenty of science. Press T to turn on our SAS. SAS is helpful. And then we're gonna launch. I like to arch it over so that hopefully we can hit the water. I would rather land in the water. Ran out of solid fuel. Let's see, milestone. Launch our first vessel. We got 1 science, 1 reputation, $2,080. That's how you earn money. By doing these contracts is how you earn money. Launch our first vessel, money, science, and rep. We performed an EVA, broke altitude records, all of this stuff adds up. Right, we are over water now. Excellent. There should be a soft, safe landing. Drink my coffee while the shuttle comes down, because there ain't nothing better than a cup of coffee while you're doing science. At about 2,000 feet, I'm going to deploy the parachute. And we'll do it at 2,500. Turn our SAS off. We can't rotate the vessel. Can we? Yeah, there we go. Come in ass first. We're gonna time warp until we get closer to the surface, because there's no point in wasting time. Safe splashdown and recover our vessel. And that'll complete our contract for recovering science data. We'll get a refund for all of our components. We got 23 science. Awesome. Now we go to research and development. We've already got the start stuff automatically researched. We're going to research basic rocketry and engineering 101. We don't have enough for anything else, but that adds on communitrons. Excellent. Now we can communicate. Thermometers, more science. A decoupler. Some liquid fuel and a liquid fuel engine and a bigger booster. But we want to go back to mission control. And now look, we've got a whole bunch of new contracts. What we want to do is we want to find tests at the launch site. It says test whatever at launch site. Those are the easiest to do. These observation ones, don't try to actually do any of these until you can build space planes and fly a stable space plane. All of these require that you fly to some location, be below their that height, and then do a crew report, or some of them later on require you to bring a thermometer with you or barometric pressure or something like that, but we can do the test of the hammer. So you're not sure. We can do that. We need to be from 6,000 to 9,000. Test the parachute. I'm not sure we can do that. We might be able to escape the atmosphere. I'm not sure, but we're not gonna take any of those. You don't want to hit the X, because that's a decline. You actually get punished for declining some of them. Like this one, if you decline it, lowers your reputation by 1. So don't be declining. Let's delete those. And we want to test the hammer at the launch site. So we're going to build another rocket. This time we're going to do some staging. We're going to bring 2 thermometers with us, because we're going to get a temperature reading at the launch site before lifting off, and then we want a temperature reading when we get higher up. Let us see. decouple. We're going to do a little bit of this. We're going to see how far and how fast we can go. Another decoupler. Now, if you want to build these exact same rockets, you can play along. There's our hammer that we want to test. And we will put on some fins so we've got some control. Put it low down, right down there. Make sure our staging is correct. Solid booster, decouple, liquid booster, decouple, parachute. Excellent. We will launch. Now we're going to take a thermometer reading at the launch site, so we can get some launch site science. Log temperature. Keep that. Turn our SAS on with T. Our test of our hammer at the launch site. There we go. We've got that done. 1 science, 4,500, and 1 reputation. We'll arch it over so that we can head towards the water a bit. Now, our throttle with shift and control does nothing for the solid booster. It just burns straight. But when we separate, you can also use Z and X. When we separate, start our next engine, it's at max throttle. We can throttle that down or we can throttle it up. We can also use X or Z. Flying high. Ooh, we're going way too fast. Way too fast. Broke an altitude record and a speed record. See how high we're going. Oh, we're leaving the atmosphere. That could be very dangerous. We do not have thermal protection. So hopefully our capsule survives. Can't use the parachute. Don't want to use the parachute. Let's accelerate time. And the space music kicks on. We are in suborbital space. We've reached space. Time accelerate a little bit so we can get to the highest point and do our other science up here. We are in space proper. Log temperature. Keep that experiment. That's 8 science. Observe mystery goo. It's 10 science. Crew report. That's 5 science. And we can't do an EVA. We will get rid of that. We are coming back to Earth. Well, we're coming back to Kerbal. Hello, Jebediah, so happy. I rotated my ship around because with the mystery goo on the side there, I'm hoping that it doesn't burn up. I'm hoping that our whole vessel doesn't burn up, actually. Always use your time warp sparingly. Slowing down. Oh, alright, that's good, that's good. I was a little afraid that we would actually be going a lot faster than that on re-entry. We gotta let it slow down so that we can use our parachute. But I don't like to deploy my parachute above 5,000. Because then it takes way too long to reach the surface. We're going to deploy it at 2,500. There we go. Fully deployed, and we will come back down nice and slow. We're going to time warp that. Slow it down for the splashdown. And recover vessel. We now have 55 science. 202,638 funds. We got 39 reputation. That is good. So we're going to go to research and development. We're going to research a few things. Well, let's see. Survivability. Comes with more science. Landing legs. A service bay to carry science. Heat shields. Very useful. Now that we're actually getting into space, these heat shields are going to be very important. Radiators. Don't really use them. Other parachutes. Don't really use them that much. Stability. Ooh. Radial decouplers. I like those. And aerodynamic cones. And general rocketry. I think. Let's see. That's 15. That's 20. Go with survivability. We don't have enough for any of that. General rocketry. And stability. Hey, we can get all three. That is awesome. All three from that. We're going to end the video here. And in the next video, we're going to continue doing science, continue to do missions, hopefully be able to build a space plane, and then I can show you a really awesome way to gather a poo-ton of science really quickly without wasting any money, actually. But for now, I will leave it here. If you enjoyed the video, please show that subscribe button a little love. Always, like it, share it, and comment what you'd like to see next. If you got a game in mind you'd like to see me try out, anything, really. If you want to see me try to build a different space shuttle, if you want to see me play a different game, if you follow any of my other videos, you want to see me play something on Project Reality, you want me to do something in Insurgency, check those videos out. But till next time, have a good day, and happy flights.